That's actually hilarious. Oh my god, it was so stupid.
Okay, so basically what happened is that I was recording a session. It was like 28 minutes in total. And I realized that I plugged in my microphone into the wrong port. I put it into the headphone port. So now I got a cold coffee. Actually kind of warm still. Welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, this is gonna be my monthly update video. I call this an eventful start of 2019. This is gonna be my January update video. So let's get it started. I dropped Adolescence 2018 recap film. I honestly think that I could have done more, but at the same time, I'm like, dang, I filmed a lot in 2018, and to me that's an achievement, just because 2016, 2017 I didn't really film at all. So I'm really happy that I got to have a lot of footage to work with, and it wasn't just B-roll, it was a lot of good cinematography in my opinion. With just a year of working, I'm like, dang, I'm not even working, I'm just shooting by myself on my own, because I haven't had clients in 2018. I've been denying a lot of things. I've been trying to like work on my own stuff. I realized that creatively I was drained, and working with client work wasn't something I wanted to do at the time. I knew that I had to focus on myself, and that's solely the reason why I started just shooting my own things. That is the reason why I started this passion project, is to, you know, get me out of that rut, out of that mindset that I can't do creative work with client work. I know you can, sometimes you can't, sometimes you're limited to what you have to do, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to do something in order to grow. So this is the voiceover. You know, I was just filming, and it was the first concept that I had in mind to just talk about stuff. I really like talking, so yeah, there's that. The Simple Elephant Planner. I spent 4 to 5 hours working on it, having a design. I was at Phil's just like cutting up some of my prints and like putting it into like this creative little like 2-page thing that I could look at and remind myself like, this is what I'm doing. But yeah, I mean, I just organized my entire semester of my spring semester at Long Beach onto my planner. I spent like a whole good couple hours of just writing assignments down and like planning things out, and I spent another like 2 to 3 hours jotting down goals, jotting down like a list of things to do for 2018 or 2019, sorry, to like hit goals that I want to be able to like accomplish. I organized my planner into 3 to 5 daily tasks that I have to do every day, whether it's like spending an hour at the gym, waking up early and making myself a cup of coffee. This Simple Elephant journal was something gifted to me by a cousin, and shout out to Kim for doing that. I'm really in love with the whole concept. I wrote down like dates and like a whole calendar, like it's all handwritten, so the work is there. So when you open that planner, it reminds you psychologically, like, you know, you put in the work, it motivates you to like keep up with daily things. And so far I've been writing in it like every single day. And somebody who's like super forgetful, it really does help, like reminding me, oh, this is what you got to do, this is what you got to complete. You're meeting up with this person at this time, you have a shift, don't don't forget to wake up, don't forget to set your alarm. Little things like that, it definitely helps. And the most important thing was putting those goals in my planner. It's reminding me that, you know, even though I have it in my journal, if I open up my planner that I do every day, because sometimes when I write in my journal, I don't open it up every day. I write in my journal whenever I want to write in it. And usually that's like a couple weeks to like a couple months of like updating stuff in my life or what I'm feeling that specific day. So a planner is more of a daily thing. So when I do open it and look at it, you know, I have my goals there that it reminds me like, okay, this is what you're aiming for, this is what you have to accomplish in the year, and, you know, hopefully motivating me to do more, to hit those goals. So I'm glad that I got to do that. I'm glad that I spent like 5 hours before my Phil's shift just working on that. Yep. I picked up Japanese again for like the second time. You know, I think last year I wasn't as motivated. I picked up too many things and kind of just like was energy draining. Not Japanese itself, but like just picking up so many things at once. So I've learned from that. And now that, you know, I'm kind of in this breathing space, I have room to grow and things to like, time to be able to like take things in. I picked up Japanese. I'm going to Japan by December 2019, so that's 100% a yes. As soon as I buy this plane ticket in the summer, it's gonna be 100% yes. But right now, it's definitely 100%. Yeah, one of my friends is helping me learn Japanese, so you know that's very helpful, and I'm really thankful for that. Shout out to Alyssa. Just learning Japanese again because I want to be able to like shoot on the countryside, specifically rice fields or shrines and astrophotography because you know I'm really into that. I want to be able to like talk to locals and sit down and have a meal and also be able to like find my way and navigate through the country, island hop, things like that. So that'll be very helpful to learn Japanese and learning hiragana, katakana, kanji, but you know that one's super hard. But yeah, I'm very motivated to do so. I have a book that you have to like learn it in 90 days, and I'm very, very, very past the limit, but I'm picking it up again. You gotta just make time for it. It's something you have to do daily. It's not just memorization, it's interacting with somebody who knows the language too. So it challenges you to like go out there and be social and like test out the waters. Even just saying like a random Japanese word here or there, and like even during like work, or like, you know, sumimasen or gomen-nasai, just things like that. And I'm really happy that I'm picking it up again. So, not just that. Last semester I spent a lot of all-nighters just staying up for sneakers. Very, very unnecessary. I should put my money towards other things. If there's like a huge sneaker drop that I kind of missed because I didn't have money, I was there on my computer and the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1s dropped. And they were reselling for a lot of money, but I didn't have enough, and I was like, dang. But, you know, that's just like a telltale sign of just, okay, you know, this, you don't need this. You could just definitely work and grind, and like, there's no shortcuts to progress. So, just working, saving up, working at Phil's, saving up for whatever film equipment I need, whatever's necessary for this passion project to grow. And I'm not in a rush to like buy anything new. I want to be able to have an arsenal of gear that I could get adjusted to, that'll hide in like my creative endeavors and whatever project I'm trying to work on. So cheers to that. 1 month at Phil's. Again, another parentheses on again. Yeah, super thankful that a coincidental thing of a Phil's opening up like less than 3 miles away from me at the time that I'm transferring down to Long Beach. Oh my god, I'm like so thankful for that. It was a huge bummer to quit Phil's and try to like find a job. Like I applied at other places and I'm happy that I didn't get accepted for one time in my life. And I'm happy that Phil's opened up, got like 2 interviews, aced it, got rehired, and now it's been almost 2 months there back at Phil's, and it feels like home. It definitely does. It reminds me of like the Bay Area, but the people there are like, well, the people here are way nicer. And I'm super happy to like be able to like surround myself in an environment that I love and an environment that I thrive in. So being rehired at Phil's makes me happy. The San Francisco film. I'm happy that it turned out the way it did. I promoted it on Instagram too, I think. Yeah, I did spend some money on that promotion. But it was worth it. It got out to people. People liked it. One of my best friends was like, yo, you know, I'm so happy that you created something like this. Like, I'm proud of you. And that means a lot to me. It's like hearing little things like that, really like supportive people in your life, really pushes you to do more. And I'm happy that I dropped it. It took me a couple days to edit, put together, find the music. do the VO, do some additional like footage. I'm happy at the way it came out. I could have been better at the VO. There's always room for improvement. I should have been more immersive and detailed at my surroundings and talking about like what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing rather than the general whole like spiel of like what is San Francisco, you know. I should have been like, what is San Francisco to me? Or you know, what are the meals, what are the environments like, what do you smell, see, taste, touch, hear, etc. It's things like that that gets the audience immersed and puts them in your shoes. And I realized that finishing Anthony Bourdain's book, A Cook's Tour. I'm so glad I finished it, and the stories in there are freaking remarkable. Like, I feel like I'm there with him. The way he describes things, I'm like, damn, dude, that's the type of like writing and like in depth and like, that's the type of writing I strive for. Because I really want to write a book. That'd be cool. But, you know, I really love writing and I love reading too, so that's something on my like bucket list. And yeah, it's just inspiring me to grow. Reading and writing really helps me write screenplays. It also helps me write, you know, outlines of films that I want to film. So more of that, more of like reading. And if you guys do have book recommendations, I really do appreciate it if you message me. I'm trying to read more. I have a whole book list on Amazon, so don't be surprised if I don't pick it up right away. I got a lot of books to get through. Life of a Barista film. I traveled up to San Jose for 2 days. That was fun. Like, that was very well needed. And like I said, this was the last film that I filmed before, like, you know, selling my camera. I traveled up to San Jose for 2 days. I was sick, nothing went as planned, but at the same time, everything went as planned. I had a really fun shift. The weather was really good to me going back down. Like, out of the 6 hours of coming down to from San Jose to SoCal, bring my car down, which I brought my car down. That was another thing that was planned. The weather was awesome. Just being able to catch up with people there just reminds me that, you know, spontaneous things usually don't go as planned. But it reminds me that if you got people there who are like pushing you and supporting you in what you do, especially a shift leader, one of my store leaders actually, Billy, he was like bragging to everybody, hey, he came here from SoCal just to take a shift. You know, it makes me happy that, you know, people are looking out for me, that they're saying that I'm putting in the work, and it gave me an excuse to make a film, to make something special, to make something. And when all is said is done, there are going to be way more spontaneous trips this year. Hopefully a lot in the summer, and hopefully a lot coming up in like next couple of weeks. Definitely is going to be something coming up. Start of the spring semester at CSU Long Beach. If I had one word to like explain this entire semester, I'd say it's pretty smooth. The build up there, it's not as stressful, way less stressful than last semester. I had a very easy time to like pick up classes. I mean, when I transferred, I had all the leftover classes, so I was like, dang, you know, I have all these like all right professors. I just don't want to say it. I got a year and a half left, dude. I can't, if they see this, you're gonna be like, this kid, you know. But yeah, on Rate My Professor, I have like all the teachers were above a 3, so I'm like, yes. And I got to get all the classes that I wanted, or most of it. I wanted Japanese cinema, but I didn't get it. But I got East Asian cinema, and honestly, in my opinion, that I'm looking at like different cultures and like different countries and the way they filmed, I think it's for the better. And I'm still watching Japanese cinema. Like, my first week was watching Kurosawa films, and I was like, yes, you know. Just finding out about him, because, you know, it's like a very old director. But I was like, holy crap, like, this type of style of filming seems so modern, and the stories are so lifelike and immersive, and the way he frames people and his use of space and characters and stuff, I'm like, dang, like, this is what I need. I haven't been watching a lot of films down here because I've been trying to like budget and stuff like that. but I plan on watching more films like these upcoming weeks, especially with the upcoming film festival. So, you know, I'm really excited for that, and I just need to watch more movies, watch more things that, you know, inspire me to like see the world in a different light. I sold my Canon 5D Mark III. If you didn't notice, I have this entire camera rig now. I hit my first goal of the year. I bought a Sony a7 III. That's what I'm using right now. It's way different. It's way, like, my opinion, way better. I finally got continuous autofocus, so none of that, like, none of that super out of focus podcast stuff anymore. I'm, like, in focus now. And that's the reason why I haven't been uploading for, like, a few weeks. I mean, I could have uploaded this video like a week ago, but you know, I still had things to like do and things to figure out, and I'm happy that I'm filming now. Better than filming never. And yeah, late start, but I'm glad that I have this. I'm filming with the Sony 16-35 f4. I got that off of Craigslist for a very good deal. Got it off a guy who shoots for SpaceX and Tesla, or he used to shoot for them, so I knew I could have trusted it. I tested it out, it works perfect, and I'm glad that I bought it the second month of this year. You know, I made a lot of decisions that seemed really cutthroat, but at the same time, it's for the better. It's allowing me to grow. Like, I sold my Sigma 50mm 1.4 art because I wasn't using it. It allowed me to buy the boosted board, which allowed me to save money. Instead of like Ubering to work every day, I could take this boosted board. And you know, it's those like really last minute decisions that help me to grow. So I'm glad that I sold this camera, and I'm glad that I bought it right before, you know, everything's kicking in. Everything like film projects for my class. I gotta like film some stuff, and before the film festival. So I'm gonna bring this camera with me, and I'm just gonna like document as much stuff as I can. This is like the epilogue portion of the podcast. Man, things aren't going as planned. Okay, so my video capped out at like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna finish the rest of this. I'm gonna be late to class. My class just started at 10 o'clock, and it is 10:04. So, I think that part ended off at making new friends. For the most part, it's just, you can't force it. I just gotta find people who will put in X amount of effort and, you know, put in that same energy that I'm putting in. Gotta learn how to say no. I can't meet up with you because, you know, you've done so much and realize that I'm just wasting my time. Yeah, just finding that tribe of people who will push me to grow. Finding an environment to thrive in, parentheses, coffee shops. I've been spending like 2 to 3 weeks at whatever coffee shop I could find, which is usually Phil's now, because I get free coffee and I don't spend money. I work there. But Cafe Bene too, when I want to film something and I need a space that's quiet and at the same time, you know, having that luxury to be able to like think in my own head and have no one there to distract me. That's why I'm there. That's why I edit there. And just maintaining that environment for the most part. I know that if I don't go to a coffee shop every week, I go crazy. And yeah, that's where like I study, that's where I do all my work, that's where I edit films. So just maintaining that space, being able to like function is very important to me in general. And yeah, that's what I need. This is what I have, and I'm thankful to have a place that just opened up that I also work at and I grow at, but at the same time, you know, where I work on me as a whole, you know, my career, where I'm filming and I'm editing and I'm, you know, reading and writing, where I'm thriving in. I'm hopeful that like, you know, I'll find people there too who will do, you know, who do the same, who thrive there. I always run into like one creative head or two every time I'm at a coffee shop, which is freaking amazing. So hopefully, you know, that leads to like collaboration, people to work with, lifelong friends, end goal, things like that. And my last bullet point is, where do I go from here? 6 months in Long Beach has me feeling some type of way, making me go crazy, but I have a lot of things in store for 2019. I'm filming more. I'm gonna hit that 40 films goal, or 40 videos. I'm gonna hit that goal this year. Gave myself room to, you know, breathe a little bit. That's 52 weeks, so that's 40 films, so that's 1 week every for 40 weeks. And it's been 3 weeks without a film, so now I'm down to 9 weeks. And it's because I bought this new rig. I'm very happy for it. You know, having this camera in front of me reminds me that this is what I did, you know, to be able to grow. I got out of my comfort zone. I usually shoot with Canon, but now I'm shooting with a Sony. So I switched systems. B, now I'm allowing myself to like grow from there, getting used to other things, and this camera in front of me is a sole reminder that I worked for this. You've come this far. Do more now. That's what it's telling me. This camera's like, look at that autofocus. Oh my god. And yeah, I just need to find people, more people to just grow with. That's my end goal. And it's as simple as that sounds, it's not that simple when you're like super awkward and when you're like trying to work on yourself too and bring yourself up. You know, just trying to build this film community up into something that I love seeing, because, you know, I love this community so much and I love the people in it. Every time I meet somebody who says, hey, you know, you do videos too, it's like, damn, we connect so easily. Like, that's what brought me and my elementary buddy Jackson together. He picked up video and, you know, film in general by itself, and we've been closer. It's little things like that that I notice. And, you know, being in the arts, being in this like abstract form of human expression is something that helps me or keeps me sane. Honestly, when I wasn't filming for 3 weeks, I was such in a rut. I was way more negative. I was sulking. I was cranky at my job. Now that I'm filming, I feel way better. It's like rejuvenating. And I don't even care if I'm late for my class, even though I'm like darting back and forth between the time. Yeah. So if you're at the end of this video, like that fly, thank you, as always. I'm glad if you're just listening or watching or both, that you spent your time to, you know, listen and support what I do. And that means a lot. So thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you're chasing your dreams as well. Nothing's stopping you at this point but yourself. Remember that. And look out for a new video next week. It's gonna be fun. It's probably gonna be another like montage-y, this is what happened this week type of feel, but into something hopefully creative enough that it gets people interested. I don't know. I'll find a way. I always find a way, I think. Yeah, we're done. That's a wrap. Gotta get to class. I'm fucking late.